With 25% off all new and up to 70% off previously leased furnishings, do you really need a better reason to party? We don't think so. Come visit our new Court Furniture Clearance Center with more than 9,000 square feet of new and previously leased furniture and decor for your home and office. Sofas from $199.99, bedroom sets from $399.99, dining sets from $299.99, and more. Free food, prizes, and fun all weekend long at our Chantilly Court Furniture Clearance Center at 13946 Lee Jackson Memorial Highway, or go online at courtclearancefurniture.com.
Blog Talk Radio.
Unmarket Your Business, the podcast, born out of the need to share strategies and techniques that really work to market your business. Think yellow page ads and cold calls are your only choices? That's so last century. You're about to learn tested, tried and true marketing techniques you can apply and master, ones that feel authentic instead of salesy, strategies that are true to who you are and how you want to present yourself to your ideal clients. Let's join our host, Carol Joyce Dunlop, in the studio now and allow business success to move forward. Hey, everyone. This is Carol J. Dunlop, your online wild strategist and hostess with the mostest. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing well because I am recovering. Excuse me. So if I sound a little hoarse or get the coughing or whatever, please forgive me because I've had quite a time during the last 2 weeks, I think. It started when my husband caught the flu some kind of way. We were on our way to a client event, and then, of course, he passed it to me, and then we kept passing it back and forth, and then I've been traveling and just trying to get myself back together. A little rough today. So I hope that all of you are having a great end of the year. Can you believe that over already? It's the fourth quarter of the year, the end of 2018. It seems like just yesterday we were celebrating the beginning of 2018 and all the wonderfulness that was going to ensue and, go forward and all that. And now we're talking about the very end. Of course, we got like 3 more months. We got the holidays. Halloween hasn't even started yet, and already I see Christmas trees out there. So there's a lot of living to do. There's a lot of business to do. There's a lot of money out there to make. And I am going to help you get all of it that you want to get because I'm out to get as much as I can get also. So before we jump into today's subject, which is about closing out this fourth quarter successfully slaying it so you can make all the money you want to make, I have 4 ways that you can do that. I'm going to share that with you. I wanted to go over and share with you what was going on, with all the things that I was attending. And so as you know, I kind of christened September as Collaboration Month because I had several events that I was collaborating on with my clients who were putting on these events, and they were born out of collaboration. I just felt it was just natural, right? It's Collaboration Month. It's the thing that really has helped me to build my business, to keep going, and to do what I need to do. So I was so happy about it. I put out several blogs and did some stuff on social media. You might have seen the Crush Doubt series that I did with Althea McIntyre, who, by the way, is awesome to work with. She is like that dream partner that you find that, takes their end and like goes beyond of what they're supposed to be doing. So you're not having to drag the person along or plead with them or whatever. They're just awesome person to work with. And we did our Crush Doubt series. It was great. We got so much feedback from that it was well needed, that it was worth it. So stay tuned because in 2019 we're going to be expanding on that and hopefully getting a Crush Doubt summit going and really dive into what's holding us back. Why are we doubting ourselves? Because it's so true. That doubt comes up, and if we don't deal with it or if we don't recognize it, it kind of gets a stranglehold on us. So the first thing that we attended, as I mentioned before, my husband got sick on the way to one of our client events, was Wellness Day South Cobb, which is held annually. I think this was the 5th year that Annette Hughes put this on, and it's all about bringing awareness to health issues, especially mental health issues in the South Cobb area of Atlanta in Georgia. And it was great. It was awesome. All the sponsors were there. Of course, we were sponsors. We did the website for them, and and it's just been great. It was great to see everybody out there. It was hot, 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 but we could only make a short appearance because, we weren't feeling that great. But it was good that we were able to get out there and, see people and see how, I guess, dedicated people are to their health and their mental health and all that. That was great. So we had a couple of days to rest, and then during that time I got sick too, and so we were both trying to recover from that before we got on the road to Philly. Remember I was telling you all year, meet me in the Poconos. So what actually happened is my husband, my sister, and nephew and I all together drove up. It was a family trip. We had a great time. We drove up to the Poconos to experience the Lyft conference. It was totally awesome. I got to actually set up I think this was the third time I've done a vendor table, so it was great. I just loved it, and I went all out. I went on Pinterest and YouTube and found out exactly what I needed to do and how I wanted to set it up. And so the vision came to life, and all the greatness that was there. I met so many people, sold some books, made some connections that I'm sure they will be coming to fruition, in the next few weeks. So it was great. Renelli Williams, Kim Jones, and Donna Izzard did a fabulous, fabulous job with that conference, and we were up at the Kalahari Resort. I've never been there. I didn't even know it existed until they were saying this is where it was. It was an African-themed, I want to say theme park, but resort, and it had the largest indoor water park in, I think they said, North America. It was totally fabulous. So the only thing that didn't quite do it for me was that it was, it was a family-oriented thing. So a bunch of kids running around. I don't have any little kids. I have grandkids, no little kids. So it was great. Something my husband and I talked about taking the grandkids too, so that'd be good. But if you were looking for an all-adult experience, that was not it. That was not it. It was kids everywhere, and they were having a blast. But the thing about the resort was that it was African-themed. It was just so beautiful, just like you were in the motherland almost. It was great. So kudos to whoever thought of that thing. That was great. And then we left from there. We stayed there on Friday and Saturday, and we left there Sunday morning and went to Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, and for the Royal Game Changer Gala and Black Tie event, which was presented by my other client, Lugenia Trailblazer Rucker. And boy, oh boy, did they outdo themselves. I actually spoke with Lugenia yesterday and the day before yesterday, and she said she actually did not get to do everything she wanted to do, but the stuff that she did do, it was like amazing. Okay, the food, oh my God, the food was just awesome. I think I took a picture of what I was eating because we had some collard greens and macaroni and cheese, and we actually had salmon there. So it was everything and more that she had promised, and she did it up in that gold outfit that she had on. It was just fabulous. All the game changers, the graduates of her program were there, and she honored them, and she took special time to honor the sponsors and call all the sponsors out, and Apostle Banks was there, and she did a special blessing over all of us. It was just amazing. We had a great time. Not to mention I had a great time kind of spending some time with family, my sister and my nephew, who I have not gotten them. It was great. It was totally awesome. So we had, in spite of being sick, had a great time, drove up there and just experienced it all. And then we drove back. We got back in town like 1 o'clock in the morning, and so we were trying to sleep the day away. Did a little bit, but of course, when you work for yourself, you don't really get to rest or stop working unless you have a huge team behind you, and I have a small team behind me. And so we were just, it was just wonderful to see, my clients just doing big things, and to know that I had a part in that. And so speaking of clients, I wanted you to know that my clients have been up to a lot of good things. So I told you about the Lyft conference. This was actually the third year that Renelli, Kim, and Donna have put that on. And then Celebrating Connections, this was the second year for that. That's Rhonda Hudgens. She had that here in Atlanta, and it was all about networking with your business for success. That was awesome. I did not get to participate in it because it was originally scheduled earlier in the year, and they had to put some things off, so it wound up being on the same day and time that I was going to be in Philly. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend that, but I heard some great things about it. And then another one of my clients, Wendy Ellen, she participated in a virtual summit for high-end clients, getting high-end clients. That was awesome. I told you about the Wellness Day South Cobb, which is now in its fifth year of celebration. The Leading Ladies Retreat, which was put on by Nadine Mullins, that was her first time putting that. It was an inaugural launch of that, and she had been trying to do that for a long time, and now she's doing that. And she has a spectacular breakfast, which I also missed because I was in Philly, and that one was rescheduled too. I was supposed to be able to go to that. And then another one of my clients, Crystal Davis, was honored by the the Tech Women of Atlanta for being a great woman of technology. That was great. Let's see, I had another client recently finished up her website. She was a guest on the NPR radio show. Kudos to her. And two more. Oh, Wendy Y. Bailey launched her TV show. Get on out of here with that. And it was so funny. I went to do the prep for today's show, and I think the one that I saw was how to launch your own TV show. So I guess she took my advice, right? And then Lori Mans was touring around with her Sponsor Sales Secrets of Success, Sponsor Sales Secrets Live workshop. She was in Charlotte and some other places. So my clients are doing big things. What are you doing? What are you doing? So come work with me. If you're ready to, create an event or premiere something, get on a summit, create your own summit, do some things that are going to market your business for success, I am ready to help you. I would love to do that. So you can connect with me by going to csicorporation.com/online and sign up for your free 45-minute session, and let's see what we can create. I want to count you among these clients who are doing big things out there. We don't mess around with small timers. I work with people who are doing great things, and I want you to be part of the family. So let's get into what we're talking about today, and this is 4 ways to make it happen. 4 ways so you can have fourth quarter business success. And the number one thing you need to do is decide that you will make it happen. Now, I have to be honest with you. Last night I could not sleep, and it wasn't just because of this cold or, getting rid of this crud and stuff. It was because I attended Lamar Tyler's Black Friday training last night, his webinar, which was totally fabulous. And he laid out 6 steps you can take to actually crush Black Friday. Now, I attended his event the webinar last year, and he gave some great pointers. I used them, and my Black Friday was stupendous, okay? So I'm going to do it again this year, and can't wait for that to happen. So you have to decide, and now is the time to decide. This is October 4th. So after October the 31st, when Halloween, gets on, people are going to be running around like crazy getting ready for the end of the year. My husband and I were discussing it. We were like, why is everybody so busy? What are they doing? So they're getting ready for the holidays, and people are getting ready to buy. They got shopping on the brain. They got those credit cards out, and they are ready to cha-ching with somebody, someplace, somehow. And are they cha-chinging with you? They are. They can be if they find you, if they know you're out there. So you're deciding right now, number one thing you can do, you are deciding that you're going to make this happen. This will happen. This will be your best end of year ever, right? And your holiday is going to be the best ever, right? So I decided that last year, and I tell you what, I have been going nonstop, and things have really been improving. Every single week, every single month, every single day are getting better. And it just goes to show that how your mind is so important in that. You've got to think it. You've got to see it. You've got to feel it. You've got to visualize it. Visualizing success. Now, I'm not saying that you start visualizing today and $1 million is going to drop in your pocket tomorrow. It could happen. I'm not going to say it won't, but usually it takes a little bit of time. You got to get some plans together. I'll go on and tell you all of this stuff. So that brings me into number 2. Number 2 is to create an action plan. Because if you're not planning to succeed, you're obviously planning to fail, because without a plan, there is nothing. You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy. You got to know what you're selling. You got to know when you're selling it, and you got to know how you're selling it. What's the setup? Are you marketing on social media? Are you using a combination of social media and email marketing? Which, yes, you should be. Are you taking advantage of live streams? Yes, you should be. Do you even have the emails written yet? And if you don't, you need to be writing them now. This is your prep month. October is your prep month because, like I said, we only have until the 31st, and then things just, that train just goes. So get ready right now. Figure out what it is you're going to sell. What's your product? What's your service? You got to know who you're selling to if you haven't figured that first thing out. Who's your audience? What do they want from you? What are you willing to give them? The three things I always say. Who is your audience? What are you willing to give to them? What do they even want? Once you figure that out, then you got to figure out what you're selling. Is it an online course? Is it an in-person event? Is it excuse me, is it a seminar, a workshop? Are you doing a webinar? What is it? What are you doing? How are you going to get it out there? When are you going to have it? You got to give yourself time to actually set things up. You know, you can't just, today I'm going to start selling stuff and then tomorrow expect a flood of sales to come through. It doesn't happen like that. You got to have your prep stuff ready. And let's take a break really quick for our sponsors. I'll be right back and we'll cover those other 2 points and get you on your way. So today's podcast was sponsored by the Closing Academy. Now that you have marketed your business and it is now time to close the sale, the Closing Academy teaches entrepreneurs to ask for the sale. We believe that sales is a teachable skill. Download your free e-guide, The Top 10 Selling Secrets for People That Hate to Sell, at www.theclosingacademy.com. That's www.theclosingacademy.com. So for all those people out there that hate to sell, I'm sorry, you got to do it. If you don't sell, you don't have no money coming in. So we want money. We want to make the money that God has ordained for us to have so that we can live the life that we've always wanted to live. And you can't do that without money. I don't care what you say, what you do, you got to have money. And if you want to help people, you got to have money because you can't help people when you're broke. All right? So we talked about the first half of this. First two are the ways that you can make this happen and have fourth quarter business success. Is number one, decide that it will happen. Get your mindset together. And number two, create a plan of action. What are you going to sell? When are you going to put it on sale? And how are you going to do it? Your next thing, and this is a trip up for me as well as a lot of people, you need to get things together. You need to get your team, your systems, and your platforms in place. Let me say that again. You need to get your teams, your systems, and your platforms in place. By team, I mean, like I've said, you know, I don't have a big team. It's really me and my husband and some contractors that, you know, I bring on at certain times. So you got to know who those contractors are. You got to know who the people are that you can reach out to do the things that you need to do. And my biggest team members are collaborators. I love to collaborate with people. For one, it helps me to get introduced to their audience. They get introduced to my audience, and we both kind of feed off. He was an awesome partner to have. I've had other awesome partners in the past. I've had some okay partners, and I've had some I'll never work with them again partners in the past. So, you know, you never know. Don't be afraid to step out there. It's just like looking for love. You can't say I'll never fall in love again because then you lose out on so many experiences. And if you get hurt, sometimes you get hurt. But when you find that good one, hey. So that's what you're looking for, your collaborators. Reach out to people you can collaborate with and get introduced to their audience, them to your audience, and you both, it's a win-win for all. Now, your systems involve your website. Is your website up to snuff? Can people find your website? Can people find what they're looking for on your website? If the answer to either one of those is no, maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure, then you need to get working. Remember, this is prep month. This is a month that you need to take to get that website working. If your products aren't on the website, you need to get them up there. You need to start selling. What about your email? Do you have an email list? It's time to build it if you don't. If you say, oh, I don't know what to do, hey, go sign up for MailChimp. MailChimp is absolutely free for the first 2,000 contacts that you put on the list. And I think you can send out like one email a week for free for up to 2,000 people. That's bomb, right? Especially if you have no list or if you have a small list or you have 20 people or whatever. Get to marketing to them. Do you have your onboarding system set up? You know, what happens when a client comes on board? Do you have a package you're going to send to them and let them know what the next steps are, how to get in contact with you, how to find what they bought, you know, whatever. Get that stuff set up. What about your agreements? Do you have agreements in place? Do you have, when they purchase something, if it's a coaching program or if it's one-on-one coaching, do they know what to expect? Do they know A plus B plus C? Don't call me during this time. You're welcome to call here. I'll email you, whatever. They got to know all this stuff. And if you're signing up for something like a website, which if you come on board with us, we do have an agreement that we will both sign so that we both know when are the payments due, things are due, all of that's going to be in hand. And then your follow-up systems. If you meet somebody and you talk to them, but they're not ready to buy yet, then what happens? Do they go off into the abyss somewhere, or do you have a system set up where you're at least following up and say, hey, I contacted you a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago, whatever it was, you didn't buy then. Are you ready to buy now? What's been happening? Why are you not buying? What is the cost of you waiting? All that stuff has got to be in place. And then your platforms. And I'm talking about social media. And you know that you don't have time to be posting all day, every day. So do you have some type of scheduler set up? I use Post Planner. I totally love it. You can use in Post Planner, you can take advantage of the viral posts that are out there that everybody's posting, and you can post them on your account. Then you can add to your own stuff to it and post. And you can schedule it out, and you can even set it up to recycle the stuff that you've already posted. So you have to be continually putting up stuff all the time. So what about your sales systems? Do you know what's going to happen? Do you have a sales script or a sales plan? When you get on the phone with someone, how do you get them into a program? So again, your team, your systems, and your platforms all need to be in place. If you're selling online, what's happening there? Can they find the product? Can they get the product that they want? They see it, they purchase it, they get it within a few clicks. If they got to click here, and then they go to something else, and they got to click again, then they go to something else, and, by the third click, you've lost people. They're not going to hang around and keep clicking. They want their stuff right then. So how can you promise them? How can you get it to them right away? Now, whether you're using the Cash App, using PayPal Me, using WooCommerce, using Teachable, using whatever platform that's out there, you just need to get that stuff in place because it is go time. This is the 4th. You have until the 31st, so that leaves you less than 30 days to get your stuff together. So get your team, your systems, and your platforms in place. And then number 4 is to say, strap in and let's go. It's just to do it. You got all this stuff. You've said already, this is going to happen. I'm making it happen. I'm doing this so that the end of the year, even if I did nothing the very beginning of the year or the rest of the year was just, one of those years, this is going to be a great time. You got almost 30 days. Well, you got less than 30 days. You got over 24, over 20. So almost 25 days. 25 days to get this together. Get your plan. Create the action plan. What are you selling? When are you selling? How are you setting it up? You get your team and your systems and your platforms in place, and then you just hit that go button and you start going. What's your first thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing after that? How many programs, products, services are you launching? What are you doing? Are you confusing people? So if all your stuff doesn't go together, make sure you're not confusing folks. You can't sell an apple pie recipe today, and then tomorrow you're selling something about weight loss, and then the next day you're selling something about how to create a table setting. Get on one accord with what you're doing. Make sure it's all in alignment. Even your freebies, the free stuff that you're giving people, look at it this way. The free stuff that you're breaking off the folks is just a piece or a sample of what you're really actually going to do for them when they start paying you. That's all it is. It can't be just free to be free. It's a free sample, like those people who stand in Costco and BJ's, Walmart, and they say, hey, here's a free sample of this wonderful pie, just a little piece of it. Here's a sample of the pie. You get the pie, you're like, oh, my God, this tastes so good. Where can I buy the whole pie? And they say, right here. Just, take the pie, go up to the register, and you're okay to go. So you have to think of the free stuff that you're giving people is the same. It is a piece of the bigger picture that the people are going to pay you for. It can't be free to be free. Because if you're selling pie recipes and you're giving them sewing kits, that has nothing to do with anything. And people are going to be like, thanks for the sewing kit, but what about the pie? How do I get that? They're going to be confused. And a confused mind does absolutely nothing. They just shut down. Excuse me. So I want to help you. I want to train you in how to get this thing rolling. And as I said before, one piece of kind of how you're going to get this stuff set up is social media. I have used social media since 2005. I've found JV partners, friends, clients, mentors, you name it, on social media. And actually, of all the clients that I named today, only 2 of them I first met in person. So that was 10 people that I talked about. Only 2 of them I first met in person. The rest of them via social media. Either it was in a Facebook group, it was a tweet that they posted and I replied to, or I posted and they replied to, or maybe they're on my email list, or I'm on their email list and I got on their email list probably because of social media. So social media has been a big client getter for me. Big, huge. No matter what people say, social media, you're going to get any traction. It's not organic. You got to pay, whatever. You can make it work, and you can make it work, and you don't have to use ads. Although I say that you really do need to use ads. You need to use them strategically, but you don't have to. It just takes some grunt work in doing it. So I've created a training, and I just got things together this morning, so I don't even have the link yet. So I want you to, if you want to find out about it, go to csicorporation.com and get my little gift, which is 7 Client Getting Strategies ebook. Sign up for that. You'll be on my list, and you'll be notified because it's going down in probably about 2 weeks, so you'll hear more about it next week and stuff. But I was trying to scramble and get all the the info together, but I didn't want to just throw that link out there, and I didn't have it. So I want you to come to this training about how you can utilize social media to slay the rest of this year. And we got plenty of time. I'm having it in 2 weeks, so you'll be able to attend the training and then start to implement the information that I give to you, right? Very simple. So all you need to do right now, if you're interested in the training at all, go to csicorporation.com, download that 7 Client Getting Strategies ebook. And if you already have the book, and I know some of you do, then just go to the Contact Us page and say, Carol, make sure I know about the training. That's it. And I will be putting that out there. It's going to be, I'm doing a little bit different this time. Before I've used Webinar Jam, and I've used Zoom, and I've used a couple of different, webinar things. So this time, I'm not using any of those. I'm using my own website, and it's kind of like a concoction that I created. I've been doing a lot of studying, and I just don't want to pay all that high-end dollars for all these bells and whistles that I don't even use, or the thing is unreliable. It's not working. The bell and the whistle, the bell works, but the whistle doesn't, or the whistle dings and not blows or whatever. So I am using it. It'll be on my website, and you'll be able to access it. It's going to be totally awesome. So there we go. I'm always doing new things. So that will be coming up in about 2 weeks. I'll have the actual date by the next time that we meet, next Thursday. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. The 4 ways that you can make it happen. Decide you're going to do it. Number 2, create an action plan. What, when, and how. Number 3, get your team, systems, and platforms in place. 4, strap in and let's go. Let's do it. I want to see all of you, every one of you, and you succeed in this 4th quarter, because you can do it. It's there for you. God has ordained it for you. He's made it ready for you to it's yours for the taking. So let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm going to be in there too, doing my thing, so all of us together can just get this going. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to join in next Thursday at 1 p.m. I'll have another great show for you. More information about how you can slay it in the 4th quarter. So thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Talk soon. Thanks for listening. We truly appreciate it. For information about guests, products, or services that were mentioned in this episode, log on to our website at www.csicorporation.com/unmarketing. To learn more, get a glimpse of our upcoming schedule, and join the unmarketing nation of entrepreneurs who are using marketing techniques that work right now. Until next time, keep moving forward.